Alright, so one thing that makes a huge difference in how you present yourself to the world is posture. Now, I'm a big believer in fixing. I'm really trying to fix my own posture at the moment. I have very bad posture. I used to play guitar a lot, and I would sort of read lyrics and chords sometimes off my phone, and my phone would just be on my lap or on the sofa. The result being, guys, that I have terrible posture from just kind of leaning down for a long time, and add on that just the more typical thing of, living in the 21st century, working off a laptop, sitting down a lot. So I guess we all have bad posture. But anyway, I've embarked on a few ways to try and fix it. The most effective way I've found is just get a few stretches that you can just do every day, or just one stretch you can do, because like a big thing of why people get bad posture is the muscles around your back and on your chest get sort of cramps, and they're not used to stretching out to the full extent, and this in turn gives you a very hunched posture. So the main thing to do is to learn some stretches to improve. Now, people set very high standards when it comes to stretches, and the people who are giving you like stretches to do to improve your posture aren't the kind of people who have had to fix their posture themselves. So they will do a stretching program that might be very good for fixing posture, but isn't actually terribly good. Isn't terribly realistic for someone trying to improve their posture, because there would be a lot of very intricate stretches, and you have to be quite practiced at yoga or just stretching in general to really know what you're meant to be stretching at the right point, and it's very you lose a lot of motivation very quickly. So I think you need to be quite realistic with the stretches you set yourself. If I had one stretch that I'd put forward, it's just try and touch your toes. Just lean over. I'm not expecting you to touch your toes, because the likelihood is if you've got bad posture, you probably can't. But just lean over as much as you can, and you'll notice that you can either put a bit of pressure on your legs by reaching with your hands, or you can take sort of pressure off take weight off your shoulder and onto your neck, and that stretches out, puts pressure on your the spine itself. And both are good, but just hold that for like a minute. It doesn't have to be excruciatingly painful. Just get to the point of a little bit of resistance, and just do that every day. Now, the thing to remember about posture is this is the remedy you're introducing, right? Of we're leaning down, we're stretching, so that's the remedy. But the problem is that what's giving you bad posture is your lifestyle. You're either hunched over on a computer, or maybe you're playing guitar like I am, whatever it is. But your lifestyle is still the same. And you need... So effectively your posture, unless you change your lifestyle, which I don't recommend doing just yet, unless you change your lifestyle, your posture is still going to be getting worse. Even though you're doing your stretching, your posture is still going to get worse. But because you introduce the antidote of a little bit of stretching every day, your posture's not going to get better, but it's going to get worse at a slower rate. And that's the key thing. So that's progress, because that's the kind of start over a long period of time, that's going to be more positive. As you get more and more flexible, you can gradually introduce other stretches to fix your posture, and the rate at which your posture gets worse will slowly get smaller and smaller, to the point where your posture just is as shit as it always has been. It's not getting worse. And that's kind of the rate I am at now. I've still got very bad posture, but it's not worse now than it has been. It's no worse than it's ever been. It's been about this bad since I've started stretching. If you took the time before I was stretching, I would say that it was getting slowly worse. But now that I'm stretching, it's just the same. Which again sounds very pessimistic, but I'm trying to get you to think long term. That's eventually going to improve even more, to the point where I'm eventually going to slowly improve. So maybe in another 6 weeks' time, it's going to be slightly better than it was 6 weeks ago. And then 6 weeks later, it'll be a little bit more better. And over a period of 6 months, suddenly my posture's getting really good. So that's the basic remedy, I would say. Posture's very important. And once you start developing good posture, you'll really recognise how much self-respect it gives you. But it's a long battle, guys. It's a long battle because you're fighting a lifetime of bad habits with your posture. So go slowly with it.